بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. هموطنان عزیز گرامی، السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. دوست عزیز ما و یکی از ممبرای بسیار فعال افغان استودنتس اگینست اکستریمیسم وهاب وردک تشریف می آورند. تشکر.
دوستان عزیز به کلگی سلام علیکم میگم. I'm just going to read a short surah from the Holy Quran and then we'll go on from there. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين والذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. صدق الله العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. I ask Allah to forgive all these children, families that have been affected by this disaster in Afghanistan, and may Allah give us unity and peace amongst us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.
Hello everyone. Before I begin, I would like to thank you all for coming out and showing solidarity to an important vigil which us Afghan students against extremism have hosted. In the past few weeks, Afghanistan has constantly been under terrorist attacks in its different regions, such as Kandahar, Helmand, Jalalabad, and capital city Kabul. The enemies of peace and stability of Afghanistan have killed over hundreds of people and injured 275 others in capital city of Afghanistan last week. I stand here today, we stand here today because every life matters. We stand here today because every life matters. We stand here today because if Kabul is hurt, we are hurt. If Afghanistan is bleeding, we are bleeding. به نام خدا سلام عرض میکنم خدمت تمام مهمانای گرامی که جا حضور یافتند. اولتر از همه من حیث یک شاگرد دانشگاه یا پانتونی یارک یونیورسیتی خدمت تمام شما هموطنان عزیز خود میخوایم عرض کنم که ما شاگردای یارک یونیورسیتی اولین کاری که میخوایم بکنیم خدمت تمام شهدایی که جان شیرین خود از دست دادن در کوچه های کابل با فامیلین از او با تمام از او دعا کرده و از خداوند صبر را به فامیلشان میخوایم. ما از حکومت ملی افغانستان از جناب دکتر صاحب اشرف غنی و دکتر صاحب عبدالله میخوایم تا موضع افغانستان را جدی‌تر بگیرن، موضع جان مردم افغانستان را جدی‌تر بگیرن و در برابر مسائل سیاسی افغانستان جدی‌تر عمل نمایند. تشکر از اینکه شما اینجا تشریف آوردین. بعضی دوستا هستن که از کیچینر از راه دور آمدن، اینجا نامشون در لیست دارم، پسانتر صحبت‌هایی خواهند داشت. I also have speaker Fruzan Rahimi and I also have speaker of president of YFS from York University, Rawan Habib, who is present here and will be speaking shortly. At this time I will ask Fruzan Rahman if she wants to speak for a couple of minutes regards this vigil that we are holding, and thank you.
به نام خالق یکتا، افغان‌های دردمند، بزرگان ورجاوند و جوانان عزیز سلام، روزتان بخیر. درود بر روان شهدای حوادث خونبار اخیر کشور. طلب شفا و بهبودی برای زخمیان و تسلیت میگویم برای خانواده هایی که برای از دست دادن عزیزانشان در سوگ و ماتم نشستند. اما تنان عزیز، درد، سوگ و ماتم مردم به خون نشسته من با هر افغانی که در هر گوشه دنیا است ما اسم میکنیم. برای پایان بخشیدن به وضعیت خونبار کنونی کشور به هر گونه‌ای که می شود ما صلح و برقراری در سرزمینمان افغانستان را می خواهیم. حکومت افغانستان، جامعه بین المللی باید به شدت برای از بین بردن عاملان خشونت و افراطیت در هر جایی که هستند اقدام کنند. مشکل ما با کنارگیری ها و درخواست استعفای مسئولان و دستاندرکاران حکومت حل شدنی نیست. این مشکل فراتر از آن در سطح منطقه و جهان است. مردم افغانستان از جامعه بین المللی و شرکای آن همچنان شورای امنیت سازمان ملل متحد خواهان جدی همکاری و پایان بخشیدن به کشتار مردم افغانستان هستند. یک بار دیگر برای قربانیان واقعات دردناک اخیر دعا می‌فرستم و به خانواده های غم دیده صبر و حوصله‌مندی از بارگاه ایزد منان می‌طلبم. ممنون شما.
با نفر بعدی جهیبه شبا، دوستی عزیز ما که از خود کیچنیج تشریف آوردن، لطفاً بفرمایید.
به نام خدا، من جاهده شبان هستم، از شهر کیچنر آمدیم، دانشجوی دانشگاه کانستوگا هستم. امروز اینجا آمدیم که همراه دوستای ما همصداشم به خاطر رویدادهای اخیری که در کابل رخ داده، مخصوصا در هفته گذشته که در هتل کانتیننتال و مرکز کابل انتحاریایی که شد. درود میفرستم به روح شهدای گرامی و تسلیت عرض میکنم به فامیلای از اونا. ما تنها کاری که میتونیم همی است بیایم اینجا صدای خود بلند کنیم و اگر آواز ما به گوش حکومت افغانستان میرسه، به گوش دکتر عبدالله و دکتر غنی، لطفاً پالیسی تانه در مقابل تروریستا تغییر بتین. دیگه چند سال است که شما میگین که ما صلح کده میریم. امی است نتیجه صلح شما که صدها نفر در یک هفته کشته میشه و زخمی میشه. شما اولادای خودتان در ممالک خارج است، از دل او مادرایی نمیایین که فرزندای خود از دست میته، پدرایی که فرزندای خود از دست میته، نانآور خانه خود از دست میته. لطفاً این پالیسی خود تغییر بتین و لطفاً اوضاع افغانستان جدیدتر بگیرین. تشکر میکنم از کسایی که امروز این ایونت برگزار کردن.
Hi y'all. My name is Rawan. I am the president of the York Federation of Students. That's the undergraduate student union here at York. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, but I am not Afghan, but I don't have to be Afghan to say that we should be condemning the attacks that have been happening in the past couple weeks, the past couple months, the past couple years. Every single one of you already knows that Afghanistan has been under attack time and time again. And I think that it's always on us as people from the community to host vigils like this and to come together like this, but it's exhausting. And it's not okay that people from the community have to be the ones to condemn these attacks, because it's not just on you. And as someone who represents 50,000 undergraduate students on this campus, I want to say that you're not alone. And it's easy to feel alone when we're constantly sharing Facebook posts and tweets about back home and the fact that it's under attack. And I know that all too well as a Palestinian. And I want to know that, like, together, these conversations, these spaces is when we start to fight back. It's when we start to heal and mobilize and organize against the fact that our homes, our people, our communities, they are under attack. And one thing that I don't want y'all to forget is that every single one of you attends an institution that is complicit in the attacks on your homes. This university invests in companies that are destroying your homes. So when you're here and together, you're coming together to heal, remember that this isn't the only thing that we can do. We can come together time and time again to have a conversation about these attacks, because it's honestly not okay. It's disgusting. It's heartbreaking. I'm tired. You're tired. If y'all need any support, I'm here, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, okay? Thank you.
حالا نوبت رسیده به جناب نصیر خالد که بعضی از سخنایی که دارن بر ما یک جایجه بفرمایند.
ما به تمام شما جوانان سلام تقدیم میکنم و افتخار میکنم امروز که شما جوانای نازنین، شما جوانایی که دور از کشور در این محیط رشد کردین، کلان شدین، تحصیل کردین و شاید بسیاری از شما افغانستان دیده باشین یا ندیده باشین و اگر دیده باشین هم خود بوده باشین، اما می که احساس دارین در مقابل وطن و احساس دارین در مقابل مردمتان، اینمی برای ما امیدواری میته، امیدواری به این میته که فردای افغانستان متکی به بازوهای شما جوانان عزیز است. شما جوانای عزیز آینده وطنتان حتما رقم میزنین. امروز که احساس مسئولیت میکنین در مقابل وطن و مردمتان، ما یقین دارم که فردا شما تحصیلتان که تمام کردین، اگر امکانات میسر باشه، عاشقانه و داوطلبانه شما به وطن خاط رفتین و خدمت مردمتان و خدمت وطنتان خاط کردین. امروز وطن در یک حالت زار قرار داره. وطن با شما امروز هیچ امید برای زندگی نیست. هر کدامی که از خانه خود بیرون میشه، این توقع را ندارن که فردا اینا یا شب به خانه خود برمیگردن. در هر قدم انتحاری، در هر قدم خطر، در هر قدم مرگ است. ما امروز گزارشاتی که داشتیم، البته نمی‌فهم دوستایی که با تلویزیون بلد هستن، در پهلوی انتحاری که ما داریم که این هفته پیشتر جان صدها تن از هموطنان ما را گرفت، ما امروز یک رسالت دیگه جوانان ما داره که به فکر جوانان دیگه ما باشه که امروز ما 3 میلیون معتاد در افغانستان داریم. 3 میلیون انسان جوان ما که اینا با مرگ زندگی دست و پنجه نمیکنه، اینا معتاد به کشیدن هیروئین و مواد مخدر هستند که هر روز 10 نفر از اینا از بین میره. یعنی مملکت وضعش خوب نیست. اگر ما تصویر بکشیم بگیم یک مملکت آرام داریم، مملکت آرام نداریم. چون در افغانستان جنگی که امروز دوام داره، جنگ بین افغان ها نیست، جنگ بین قوم و زبان نیست، جنگ استخباراتی جهانی است. امروز جنگ است که در افغانستان صورت میگیره، کشورهایی است که در افغانستان قرار داره و از مردم افغانستان اینا انتقام میگیره. من از شما جوانان تشکر میکنم، ولی یک خواهش از شما دارم. این احساستان نشان میده که شما در مقابل وطن و مردمتان احساس مسئولیت میکنین، احساس ازی میکنین که باید یک همدردی داشته باشین. اما همدردی واقعی این نیست. همدردی واقعی است که شما تفاوت دارین با ما. تفاوت ما و شما است که شما با زبان این مملکت صحبت میکنین. شما باز آینده ساز این مملکت هم هستین و مسئول هم هستین در مقابل وطنتان. شما جوانا باید تجمع بسازین، انجمن بسازین و شما از دولت کانادا که ما امروز شما به دولت کانادا پول تکس میتیم و دولت کانادا در افغانستان مستقیما دخیل است، شما پتیشن بسازین، شما درخواست کنین، فشار برین بالای دولت کانادا که دولت کانادا در ملل متحد صدای ما شما را بلند کنه. وقتی که جهان در کشور ما هست، امروز تمام جهان است، چرا افغانستان وضعش آرام نمیشه؟ این رسالت شما جوان است که در عوض از اینکه مثلا کارهای دیگه مسئول شوین، اگر امی انجمن که داره، امی خواهر عزیز ما کمیل صحبت کردن که گفتن مسئول هستن و میهنجان عزیز هستن، شما یک کمیسیون بسازین و یک پتیشن درخواست همگانی از دولت کانادا انجام بدین که دولت کانادا باید فشار بیاره بالای ملل متحد که ملل متحد باید واقعا در مسئله افغانستان جدی شود. امروز مثلا موضع‌گیری ترامپ برای ما شما یک امیدواری بود. ترامپ امروز گفت که ما دیگه مذاکره نمیکنیم با دشمنای مردم افغانستان. دشمنای مردم افغانستان میاین، میکشن و ایران میکنن، تباهی میکنن، پس میرن و ما میگیم مذاکره میکنیم. ما هم بعد از این مذاکره نمیکنیم، ما دشمن در هر کجایی که هست ما از بین میبریم و شما هم میتونین همین کار کنین. شما خداوند هرگز در دست شما تفنگ نده، خداوند هرگز در دست شما اسلحه را نده، ولی اسلحه شما زبانتان است، اسلحه شما قلمتان است، فکرهای شماست. شما از فکرهایتان، از اندیشهتان، از اندوختهای علمیتان میتونید کار بسیار مثبت کنین این پیشنهاد را که ما برای شما کردم، شما میتونین به دولت کانادا پتیشن روان کنین و از اونا بخواین که فشارهای خود بالای افغانستان بیشتر بکنه. بازم من قدر میکنم یک شما را خداوند همه شما را با عزت داشته باشه که با می احساس جمع شدین و از صدای وطنتان بلند میکنین، صدای بینوای ملتتان بلند میکنین که بناحق هر روز کشته میشه. با شما یک جا دعا میکنین که خداوند وطن ما را از این مصیبت و بدبختی نجات بده. روح شهدای ما شاد باشه و جنت فردوس مکانشان باشه. و به زخمیای حادثه اخیری که ما داریم تقریبا بیشتر از 400 تن ما شما تنها زخمی داریم. برای زخمی‌ها شفای عاجل می‌خواهیم و دشمنان وطن و مردم ما را در هر لباس قیافه‌ای که هست خداوند زار و اخیر و زبون بسازد. با تشکر از کل شما.
Thank you very much from Nasser Khalid, owner of Omid 24 TV, and now I would like one of our general members, Ramzia John, to come and have a couple of words with us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate it. Well, we all appreciate you guys show up here. I'm going to recite a poem from Zahra John from Kabul. Zahra lives in a Taliban-controlled province in Afghanistan. She's a daughter of uneducated farmers who place great value on education for their children in the face of community and extend family disapproval. She is one of the 9 children able to pursue an education to the ongoing support of her family. The poem is The Daughter of War. I'm a daughter of war. When I was born, the war was going on. The sky was dark. The houses were broken. The weather was dusty. There was no plan, no awakening human. No tears in the eyes left. The streets were covered by the dead human bodies. The blood was like a river in the street, housed and everywhere. I didn't consider failure. I was full of hope. I could see green places, a blue sky, smiles at everyone's face, tall buildings. A book in my hand sitting under the tree, studying with the parents and siblings in my dreams. But war never gave this chance. War took my parents from us. War took my book and gave me a burqa. They put me in a jail of burqa. War forbid me from going outside. War changed my beautiful land to the worst place in the world. War changed our smiles to tears. War made our dreams of going to school, freedom of speech, to be just a dream. But I will try, I will stand for my rights. I will break the silence, I will show my power. I will bring peace in my country once again. I promise there will be no more war. I will make my dreams come true. Once again, my homeland will be like heaven. Once again, my homeland will be like heaven and my people will be happy. Tashakkur bisyar ziyad. Thank you very much. And once again, the poem was from Zahra John. She is right now located in Kabul, that it's controlled by Taliban. And if she hears me, we are here for you. Thank you very much.
Good evening and hello to everyone. I won't do an introduction. I will just dive into a poem that I have written a couple of months back. It's called Thirsty Soul. Upon my last breath in exile, bury me at home. Under the shadows of Pamir Mountains, the Campan Isles of Herat, bury me. Bury me below the breeze of Panjshir's mulberry trees, the orange gardens of Nangarhar, and the pomegranates of Kandahar. Bury me beside the saffron fields of Parwan and the fig trees in my Kabul front yard, that dried up and vented out of thirst like my thirsty soul. Like the vineyards of northern Kabul, thirsty enough for one sight, one mere glimpse of the motherland. Bury me. Bury me so that my soul may rise again, like Buddhas of Bamyan. دگر مگو که چه شد چون شد و چه پیش آمد. دگر مگو که چه شد چون شد و چه پیش آمد. مگو که خرمن ما را کدام سائقه سوخت. دیگر مگو که بر این کاروان شبی خون زد، مگو چه اهرمنی آتش فساد افروخت. مگو که برد به تاراج هستی ما را، و بر سر چه دکانی نهاد و چند فروخت. که من شناختم دزدهای قافله را، فریب عاطفه از کس مخور که می بینم. همه فرشته به ظاهر، همه به دل شیطان. یکی به تیغ تحول درید سینه ما، یکی به مرمی دین کرد مغز ما پاشان. به هر که دست بدادیم دست ما ببرید، به جای نفع رسید از همه به ما تاوان. چه گویمت که شهید کدام صیادیم، ز خون ما به همه حلقه ها نشسته نشان. اگر به غور ببینی تمام سلسله را، ز پاره پاره تن ما رسیده تقسیمی، به هندو و به مسلمان، به عیسوی و یهود. من و تو دست و گریبان، من و تو در دعوا، من و تو مانده به سنگر شهید و خون آلود. من و تو رفته به تاراج پیش چشم جهان، من و تو غرقه سیلاب خون و آتش و دود. چه مغزها که نشستند و چاره سنجیدند، چه مغزها که نشستند و چاره سنجیدند. چه پایها که در این راه خسته شد فرسود. نشد که ما و تو پایان دهیم غایله را. The first poem was a poem that I had written a couple of years ago, and it's a poem that speaks for every Afghan that's born outside the country or has moved or migrated when they were young. There's a thirst within me about homeland, the motherland, that I know each and every one of you have as well. I hope the poem that I had written, the poem that had almost every province in it, the anger that I have right now, and I'm sure we all share it, it's a happy poem. At the same time, it's a sad one, because I say, bury me at home, because I can't go there right now, but at least bury me when I go back. And that's a pain that we all share. The second poem that I recited is written by our legendary poet Raziq Fani, who passed away. The first time I heard this poem, it was from a journalist who also was murdered outside his home in front of his son. He was murdered and assassinated. So that's how I read it. That's how I first heard about it. But the story is Raziq Fani was also a poet who became a poet in exile. Just like each and every one of us, he moved outside Afghanistan when he was young, went to Europe, then went to the United States, and this pain of exile made him become a poet. My sincere condolences to each and every one of you. Whether or not you're Afghan, I want to thank you for coming down, but especially to the organizers of this event, which is led by Mahanjan Sarwari. I thank you guys so very much. But again, regardless of who you are, if you've been impacted by this event, need to speak to someone, reach out to each other, reach out to one of us. This event is put together to heal the community, regardless of who you are. Even if you're not Afghan, it is to heal each and every one of us. So feel free to do that. Thanks very much, and I hope I didn't talk too much.
تشکر از یلدا جان. و ناو نوبت رسیده به نازنین قیومی، یک از مهمانای ما که اینجا حضور دارن.
Hello everyone. I hope everybody hears me well. I am Nazanin, and a piece I wrote a few years a year ago. It's called Child of War. I was also the one whose laughter would bring up joy and happiness. My first word would be sweet and beautiful. Da of mine is not different than others, but I am that one child, the child of war. Don't take away this child in me. Don't take away the childhood of mine. My hands are soft and small. I cannot polish the boots with these little hands. My feet are not as strong to walk all day long, just for selling a cup of water. My ears haven't heard much of the world's joy. Those bombs sound horrible when they explode. I can't bear to hear more. I want to stare in the sky, look at those stars, count the stars, but I am the child, that one child of war. I lost the youth of my parents in war. I lost my parents in war. I don't have a place to call home. I run from place to survive. I am in the same planet. I see the same sky. I love colors too. Those drawing pencils are so beautiful. But I am a child of war. Don't stare at me. Don't wait and watch. Help me don't lose my childhood. All I have in life so far is just this mere time. Don't kill the child in me. Don't kill the childhood of mine. Thank you so much.
Now we have our Vice President of Afghans Against Extremism, Marwa Al-Kuzai, will have a couple of words with us. Please, Marwa, come forward. Thank you.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. Dimanu Marwada ze tata yausha waymanena kashke tol nen khosigi khushayam arsok nen ragle. Shakor. Okay. I'm located in the heart of Asia. You can see why I have such a big heart. People come over and tell me they're helping my needs, but turns out it's my people always crying that we bleed. We are getting used to people taking advantage of us, but that's okay, I guess, because apparently we're used to aching. From a torn past to a bloody now and a hopeful future. I will not stay quiet, nor will I bow down. I will not let you ruin my beauty, for I am a strong nation. I have not been conquered, for I am resilient. And I will not let you win, because I won't give up, for I am Afghanistan, the graveyard of empires. Dear Manana.
And now we have another active group of York University, Saya. We have our spokesman in here. Dan wants to have share a couple of words on behalf of whatever happened in Afghanistan and Kabul. Please welcome one of the speakers from Saya, and Manisha will be the one who's speaking. Thank you.
Hi everyone. We're so glad to be here on behalf of Students Against Israeli Apartheid and show our solidarity with the Afghan community during this difficult time. For us, we know that the struggle for human rights is at the center of what we do. And so of course we're so glad to be able to be here and to support you all. The murders that have happened, the attacks, we strongly condemn them, and we know how hard it is to see your people suffer, and we are here to support however we can. Thank you so much. It's inspiring to see this level of community support and of unity, and we hope to continue to work together with you and to stand in solidarity with the Afghan community. Thank you.
Our next speaker will be Yasna John, and please come forward. Thank you.
All right. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Yasna Walizada. I am the former social media news director for the Afghans Against Extremism. Tonight, I'd like to thank you all for coming up and showing up here, accompanying us through a tough time like this. I'd like to thank each one of our speakers for sharing their pain, but mostly I'd like to thank the audience for being here. Now, as most of you guys know, Afghans, non-Afghans, just past week we had a couple of attacks here in Afghanistan, where very recent one an ambulance just drove by with explosives and exploded right in front of a hospital, unfortunately wounding many and killing many as well. Upon hearing the news, I honestly didn't feel anything at this point of time, and I'm sure many of you guys can share the same pain as there is, because we as Afghans, we're so numb. At least thousands of people are wounded in such atrocity every year. And it breaks my heart to know that I personally can't do anything abroad. I'm very privileged to live in Canada and to be given the home where it's safe and sound. But hearing my people, our people, constantly being killed in these attacks leaves me speechless every time. Now, there was a story that I heard, and unfortunately it is one of the family members of mine, an Afghan mother, an Afghan woman sending off her husband off to work and praying that he comes back home alive, just to hear it within minutes that he's not coming back home tonight, nor tomorrow, nor ever. Families, friends, neighbors rush to pay their condolences for Fatiha, and that woman is left widowed and her children orphaned, and she has to stay strong yet another day to face just another day in Afghanistan. This unfortunately is many of the stories, one of the stories that are constantly happening in Afghanistan. People are angry, the words get out there, people march down the streets, all hyped up, demanding for security and rights. But that's just for a while. You have our people again the next day just going on with their day and praying to God that they see another day. This is just something that has become a routine in every Afghan life. Now I get it, we're all angry tonight. Most of us want revenge. To heck with the government. They come in with big promises just for a while. I just asked you all, most of you guys must be wondering, what are these vigils held for? Why do we need to come together like this? We come here to share pain with each other, the pain that we all feel. If you guys actually take a moment, you have to understand that we're super privileged in being in Canada. I urge you guys to please write to the government demanding security and rights in Afghanistan. Just because we're here, I want to let you guys know that your responsibilities as Afghans do not end here. You still have the responsibility to be able to change something back home. I ask you all to write letters. I ask you all to raise your voices. Most of you guys, if you can, please, there are many, many places where you can donate. Donate to help the families of the victims. My condolences go out to those who've been affected. And I just pray and pray for a day where one day we're going to wake up and Afghanistan will be free of war zone. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, thank you very much for your patience, and once again thank you all for coming here. This really means a lot. You're not here for Afghans against extremism, you're not here for anybody individual, you're here for Afghanistan, you're here for the flag of black, red and green. پرچم سیاه، سرخ و سبز. همیشه پرچمتون رو بالا نگاه کنین. ما اینجا در خدمت مردم افغانستان هستیم. صدای مردم افغانستان صدای ماست. ما همیشه یک صدا می باشیم و در برابر عدالت خواهی همیشه استاد خواهیم بود. در این وقت میخواستم یک at this time I would just like to start lighting our candles and have a moment of silence for the victims of Afghanistan. And we will start now. Thank you very much, and due respect to all the victims of Afghanistan and the hundreds who lost their lives, I would appreciate if we all bring our candles and place it under the flag of Afghanistan. Thank you.
اسم امید سروری است، یکی از باشندگان شهر تورنتو.
میشه شما هدف از آمدنتان به اینجا بگویید؟
ما در تشریف بردیم به دانشگاه یارک که یک عده از جوانای مقیم یارک یک پروگرام به خاطر تسلیت به خاطر شهدایی که در هفته گذشته در افغانستان شهدای خونینی که روی داد، اینا یک تسلیت گرفتن و با جوانای شاگردای داخل دانشگاه تورنتو و جوانا و کسان وطندارای بیرون از شهر تورنتو که ما آمدیم اینجا به حمایت از و به تشویق از و برای تسلیت به شهدایی که جان خود از دست دادن، روحشان خدا شاد کنه و زخمیان را خدا شفای عاجل بده و تسلیت به تمام خانواده و صبر جمیل میخوام.
شما من هست یک جوان افغان فعلا در بیرون از کشور، چی فکر میکنین که آیا وضعیت در داخل کشور بهبود یافته یا به طرف بدتر شدن؟
وضعیت در افغانستان چون بدبختانه به طرفی بدتر رفته روان است و چون به خاطر که تفکیک بین دوست و دشمن تا هنوز حکومت افغانستان ندارند و اونها همیشه از دشمن خود به حساب برادر و برادرای ناراضی خطاب میکنن و هر وقتی که ما دشمن به حیث دشمن شناختیم، ما فکر میکنیم که وقت ما میتونیم که نظر بر مرور زمان میتونیم که ثبات در افغانستان بیاریم.
خواست شما چی است در رابطه با اینکه وضعیت افغانستان
خاص ما از حکومت افغانستانی است که دست از مناقشه و دست از مناقشه های داخلی بردارن و به کوشش و وقت خود تلف یعنی که امنیت و بازسازی و از بین بردن دشمن و تروریست در افغانستان بکنیم.
سپاسگزارم.
تشکر.
Hello, assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Marwa Alakoze. I go to York University. I'm studying global political science. I'm the vice president of Afghan Students Against Extremism, and I'm here to tell you guys about the amazing turnout that our visual had. If you guys are aware, a couple weeks, for the past weeks actually, there's been constant bombings that has been happening in Afghanistan, whether it's Kandahar, whether it's Helmand, whether it's Kandahar. I was actually a couple days ago, the attack that happened in Kabul, shot it now. My exact president, Maihan, he is the president of Afghan Students Against Extremism. He contacted me and he told me about the attack and how he decided to do a vigil. And when I heard this attack, I was so devastated that I couldn't even eat food properly. I said, why am I here enjoying myself when my people are over there bleeding, my people are over there hurting? And because of that, we decided to do a vigil here as York students to acknowledge what is happening in Afghanistan. If we can't physically be there to do something about it, we can be here and we can educate our fellow community about it, let everyone know what's happening in Afghanistan, because Afghan blood is not cheap. When we bleed, everyone should be hurt as well. People think that just because we are used to the constant attacks that has been happening, that it's normal for us, but it's not. So what happened today was that we created a vigil, and whether it was Arab, they were Afghan, they were Pakistani, everyone came out today to acknowledge what's happening, and everyone came to grieve together and give their condolences together, because if when Afghanistan is hurting, we are hurting, whether it is a Pashtun, whether it's a Tajik, whether it's a Pakistani even. And what we had was at least 100 York students came out today, and we had people giving out poems, speeches, what they had to say, and just uniting together as a community, showing our griefs together and telling Afghanistan that you are not alone, what's happening. It was a very successful event. Thank you so much to everyone that came out. Thank you to Umaid TV for even coming out here. It was amazing. Follow our Facebook page. It is Afghan Students Against Extremism. We will be giving out the rest of events that we're going to be happening on that Facebook page. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a good night.
I'm going to say long live against Afghanistan. Long live Afghanistan. Long live Afghanistan. Long live Afghanistan.